you garden in Texas or a warm climate to zone 7 and above, I hope you're not missing out on these. Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Lynn. So if you are a Texas gardener or if you garden in a warm climate, let me go over these 3 plants because I want to make sure that they're on your radar, because if you live in Texas or any warm climate, you probably should be growing these plants. Your garden should still look good even during the winter. So the 2 evergreens will help with that, and the other is a large shrub or a small tree that flowers and is fragrant. So without further ado, the first one I'm going to talk about, you guys, is a privet. Okay, don't stay with me here. I know privets get a lot of bad press. There are different types of privets. And even the one that seems to be most commonly grown here in Texas, the Japanese privet, there's a Texas privet that's widely grown here. The verdict still isn't even out on that one regarding the invasiveness. And that's what a lot of people have an aversion to. You can't ignore the benefit of the privets in a Texas or a warm climate garden, especially if you need an evergreen, you need a dense shrub that's going to create privacy. These plants can be made into a topiary, but the one that I want to put on your radar, that please don't overlook it, because it is not like the privets that are highly invasive. It's not even our Texas privet. It is a kindly Ligustrum. Now I have 2 over here. One's on the right, one's on the left. The difference between the 2 is, oh, and by the way, y'all, these were quart plants that were added June of 2023. The one on the right over here is on drip irrigation in this planter bed. The one on the left, you all, hear this, come on. This one is on 0 irrigation whatsoever. About the only thing that this one right here will receive, it might get overspray from the lawn that I only water when it's hot. Once a week, 30 minutes. So what I want you to focus on, first of all, let me give you the specs on this. It is zone 7 to 9. So it is for warmer climates. It is evergreen. So you're going to have these dark, gorgeous leaves all season long. It grows to become about 4 to 6 feet in width and about 8 feet or so in height. So for many yards, it can create privacy, unless you need 2-story privacy. And I have a plant for you that if you're in Texas, if you're not growing it, you'll see. But anyway, this can be topiaried, it can be sheared, you can create a hedge with it, or you can just let it grow naturally, which is the case for me right now. The whole reason why it's here in this garden is because that's my backyard. I have wrought iron fencing, and this is going to create a dense plant that will provide privacy going into the path that's leading into the backyard. But again, zone 7 to 9, 4 to 6 feet in width, about 8 feet or so in height. It is evergreen, and it is a sterile variety. So the invasiveness that's associated with privets, you don't have to worry about that with this one. Okay, the next one is something pretty that I want to show you. So let's go out there so I can show you this plant. Okay, y'all, so this is the second plant that I want to make sure is on your radar if you garden in Texas or a warm climate. This is an Niño Chitalpa. So its parents are the catalpa and the desert willow. And you see the desert willow all over Texas and the Southwest. But what sets this one apart? It only becomes about 15 feet in height, 10 feet in width. So if you're looking for a smaller tree, here you have it. They have these gorgeous, long, almost tropical looking leaves. These fragrant, I think they're orchid-like flowers. They're definitely more of a lilac pink. But you guys, let me show you this shrub in all of its glory. It is what has grown from a 1-quart plant that was added to this garden in the fall of 2023. I was scouring the different websites and decided to give her a go. And so this was planted the fall of 2023 when I really didn't have anything even over here in this bed. So you see what it has grown into. Now I'm going to stand right here just to give you some scale regarding how much this has grown since the fall of 2023. I am 5'6", and this is literally, I'm going to say it's probably about 10 feet in height at this point. I've had zero issues with it. It doesn't consume a lot of water either. This doesn't get watered any more than anything else, and if you all have watched my channel, or if you live in different parts of Central Texas, you know we have water restrictions. This gets watered twice a week, and it's not a water hog. Now y'all, I have 5 of these growing in different portions of our property here. But if you're not growing an El Niño Chitalpa, which to me, compared to the desert willow that we see all over Texas, I like it's like very fragrant flower, and the color, it is like a lilac pink versus the desert willow kind of has a deeper pink bordering red. So depending upon what you need for the color, this might suit your garden more. And because my garden skews pinks, blues, lavenders, things like that, of course this one works better for this particular garden. But this is another plant that you don't want to skimp on. And I've done nothing to it, you guys. I've never fertilized it. I popped it in the ground. It's on the irrigation system in this planter bed. I haven't shaped it. Look at the beautiful shape of this plant. I haven't pruned it at all. And the other ones that I grow in this yard, they tend to be doing the same thing. So you might want to look into it. Like I mentioned, this one went into the ground in the fall and it hasn't missed a beat. And because it is mid-August right now, it's time to start scouring those online websites, etc. Because fall planting, one of the best times of year to actually put things like this in the ground. Well, you want to start shopping, searching, because fall is just around the corner. We're about 7 weeks away at this point. Okay, and the last plant that I want to focus on is an evergreen that if you don't have it in your Texas or warm climate garden, why? It is one of the best plants for hot climates. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about juniper plants. There's a juniper for every garden, y'all. I don't care if you garden in Wisconsin, or if you garden back east, if you garden in Texas, if you garden in Oregon, California, there's a juniper for everybody. California, the Hollywood junipers are all over the place. Different junipers do well in the Rocky Mountain areas of the country. But the ones that I love here for Texas, they are the Brody juniper. And this one becomes about 6 feet in width, and it will become about 25-30 feet in height. You all, I bought this plant. It was around $100. It was 3 feet tall. It is now 10 feet tall. This is 2.5 years of growth. Right now, it gets watered twice a month on my irrigation system, as is the case for all of these junipers. I don't even start watering them until late June, July. Their zone is completely turned off. They are beautiful evergreen plants. They can be, this one's going to have a natural cylindrical shape, but you can kind of shape it into more pyramidal if you want. It won't be a strong pyramid, but the point is, if you're not growing a juniper in your yard, a Taylor juniper, an eastern red cedar, and then this gorgeous, if you like the bluish color, this gorgeous Berkey eastern red cedar, which is actually a juniper. That one becomes about 8 feet in width and about 20 feet in height. And look at these gorgeous, there is something about the color of the foliage on this plant that I can't describe. You just have to see it in person. I know Jenny from Creekside, she has mature versions of these, and every time she shows a glimpse of it, because mine are still babies, my property, the landscape here is still new. But this one, hers is mature, and every time I see it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so gorgeous, because it keeps this open, airy shape. If you're not growing evergreens to keep your gardens looking good when all of these perennials lose their flowers, the shrubs start looking like tumbleweeds. Growing something like a Kindly Privet, filling your yard or the perimeter with junipers will help your garden look good year round. And even before you get there, don't sleep on the El Niño Chitalpa. I know I bounced all over the place, but I wanted to focus on these 3 plants and why you might find they're a great thing to add to your Texas or warm climate garden. Okay, so if you have any favorites, please share it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, as usual, as always, and I hope you have a great day in your garden. Bye.